how big of a challenge that for the offensive lines you saw last night can get tackled in some places against guards?
It's a big challenge for all of them because they're going to try to get matchups. I mean, it's not going to be just, hey, Greg Robinson, you got to deal with this guy, or so-and-so, you got to deal with this guy, or Reese, you deal with him. And they're going to move guys around. They're going to move a lot. It's a good scheme. It's a really good challenge for us because, like I said, it's a really talented bunch. I mean, it really is.
Do you guys see anything like that yet this season?
I think we've seen some good talking about as far as movement, or LSU did some things on third downs where they might put some extra speed linemen in there to rush the passer and twist it some. They do a really good job with their blitz package. LSU does. So we've seen some stuff like that. I thought Mississippi State's front was really good. I thought they did a really good job. So we've seen good players. You're going to see it week in, week out in our league, but this is a good challenge. I mean, these guys are all long and can really move.
What are some things last week in practice you did specifically to address those ball security issues?
Part of it is accountability, and whether it be accountability for the past or instant accountability within practice. I mean, it's as simple as just because a guy doesn't fumble on a play in practice, if you notice that ball's loose or being a little careless with it, you got to address it right then. Not just to make a guy go do up downs or punish him. What you're doing, you're emphasizing. You're making it every play, every day. It's on his mind. I got to protect that football. Because if you don't do that when they get in the game, it's not going to be second nature. It's got to be become something that's a habit, it's ingrained. And so our coaches have really worked hard at really paying attention to those details. Hey, you get used to in practice running a play. There goes the ball carrier, blow the whistle. No, did he have that ball out here swinging it carelessly in traffic? Did he have two hands on it? Did the quarterback have two hands on the ball in the pocket? All those little things matter. And we've emphasized it from day one. Obviously, we haven't got it the point across good enough, so we've re-emphasized it and turned our level of intensity up on that.
Have any of the wide receivers who you said in that committee to replace Jalen, have any of them set themselves apart yet?
I think CJ, Brandon Foles, those are some guys that have, they're smart, they're older guys, they've been in the system, they can do it. You got guys like Melvin Ray, who stepped up the other night and played some minutes. So Tony Stevens, like I said, I think last week is starting to really come on, and hopefully we'll see his minutes increase. So you said it best, probably a little by committee. I don't know if one guy will play as many snaps as Jalen did, but we got a couple guys that we feel like physically can do what we were asking him to do.
How have Marcus Davis and Tony, how have they come along and progressed? And it's kind of hard for freshmen to play.
Really well for freshmen. I mean, Marcus Davis has had a fantastic attitude from the third practice of fall camp. You knew he was going to help us this year. I didn't know if he'd start, but you knew he was going to help us because just his attitude. I mean, the way he attacks practice, the way he listens. You correct him on something, he doesn't make the same mistake twice. Young guys are like that. They're really coachable because they don't know any better. I mean, if you tell them to go do this, they're going to go do it. I mean, they don't know. They don't know he's crazy. No, you tell them to do it and run off the field and do this, do that. They do all the little things right because they're urgent, they're eager. And I thought he's gotten better and better. We trust him, and that's why he plays. Tony Stevens is one since we got him healthy. He's had a great attitude too. His talent is starting to take over more because he's starting to think less. I mean, there's still plenty of things that he needs more reps at, but he's going to continue to be a bigger factor for us.
Rhett, how was practice tonight after the guys had a couple of days off to get away from?
It was good. I mean, we had a good practice. We got some good work done. The biggest thing we're preaching to them, really for starting to coach Malzahn as a whole, but even on offense, is the urgency. I mean, we have to have a great sense of urgency every day this week in practice, every time in meetings. I mean, this is a big football game, and our guys have to practice and prepare like it's a big football game. And so I thought they got off to a good start tonight, but we got to raise our level on Tuesday.
One more.
What kind of guy is Ryan Applin, and what are your time coaching him? And
yeah,
obviously he's now there at Ole Miss.
Yeah, Ryan's a winner. I mean, he's a great competitor. I mean, obviously he led us to a championship last year. Got a lot of respect for him. He's tough. He's a smart kid. I mean, he may not be done playing. I think he's still got some doors open next year. But in the meantime, he's going to make a really good football coach. And he played for a bunch of different coaches. He's learned a lot of different angles and schemes on things. But he was a winner and a leader more than anything. I mean, if that's what you're asking, you talking about to his character, what kind of person is he?
Yeah, and just what you think he brings to their staff as a grad assistant.
Yeah, I would think for them too, he would bring some familiarity. I mean, he knows that system. He played in it before we had him last year, so I think there's probably a comfort level with Coach Freeze and some of those guys. I think Bo Wallace even had been at Arkansas State at some point in time. So there's continuity there, without a doubt. I'm sure it helps them have another set out, just like it helps us to have a Cody Burns, somebody who's played in our system and that knows what's going on. So I'm sure he's invaluable to them.
Gus had mentioned that he had tried to bring him over there at the end of the season around here. Were you part of that discussion with Ryan? About
Try to do what now?
Bring him onto the staff here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a little bit. You know, Ryan is someone that, like I said, I mean, I coached him, so I'm obviously partial to him, but I think he'd be a great asset to any team. You know, just the way it worked out, that's where he's at right now. And so on Saturday, we'll be going head to head.
All right.